With Super Dragon Ball Heroes making its anime debut on July 1st, we have brand new spoilers for Super Dragon Ball Heroes Manga Chapter number 1 Prison Planet Edition, which is the official Super Dragon Ball Heroes Prison Planet Manga Edition, in which we're about to further analyze, dissect, and break down the events of the first chapter in order to further gain a better understanding as to what's to be expected in the first episode of Super Dragon Ball Heroes. As once again, if you guys want to be in the loop with all latest information and details for Super Dragon Ball Heroes and other Dragon Ball related topics and information, make sure you guys punch that subscribe button and leave a like down below if you guys are excited for the coming Super Dragon Ball Heroes anime as we kick off Super Dragon Ball Heroes Prison Planet Manga Chapter number 1 with Goku and Vegeta having to train on Beerus's planet. Now, all the translation credit goes to Alakazam on Kanzenshuu.com for translating this manga chapter, as well as Anti-Metaman on Twitter for providing me with said scans, as we kick the chapter off with Goku and Vegeta having to train with Whis. Now, more notably enough, these two are fighting Whis as Super Saiyan Blues, as we see Whis easily able to outmaneuver Goku and Vegeta, and we don't know at which point in time this is taking place, if this is taking place somewhere after the Tournament of Power, before the Tournament of Power, somewhere far ahead, somewhere far behind, we don't really know, but we see how Whis is easily able to outmaneuver Goku and Vegeta in quoting and saying immature, as Goku lies face down on the ground and saying, Ultra Instinct, it's difficult after all, as Whis replies by saying, you can't master Ultra Instinct while judging and following attacks with your eyes. As Shin goes on to state, everyone, how about holding a break here? It will almost be time to prepare for lunch, as Whis agrees in saying that's right, as Shin goes on to state, everyone, look, she also came to call, as Whis seems to be very surprised and saying, Miss Mai, what did you bring for today's lunch? As Mai replies by saying, this is serious, Trunks has been kidnapped, and immediately Goku and Vegeta gain her attention, as they both reply by saying, kidnapped? What do you mean? I don't feel Trunks is key. And that's when Mai replies by saying, I was thinking he was training here with you guys, but this person, as she looks over and we have our first glimpse of Fu, as Fu introduces himself by saying, hello everyone, I am Fu, as Vegeta's like, Fu, who are you? As Fu replies to Vegeta by saying, nice to meet you, Mr. Vegeta, as Vegeta says to himself, how does he know my name? As Fu continues in saying, Mr. Son Goku, I have also heard a lot about you from my old friend Trunks, with everyone having to reply by saying, friend, what? As Shin goes on to reply by saying, are you here from the future because you're a friend? And that's when Fu replies by saying, oh, well, it was an emergency because he was kidnapped and taken to a horrible world called the Prison Planet. And that's when Whis is like, Prison Planet? I am hearing this name for the first time. Not even Whis himself seems to know what the Prison Planet actually is. As in page number 8, Fu goes on to state, apparently it does not exist in this past yet, as Whis easily teleports behind him, and that's when Fu says, it is certainly that Trunks is here anyway, let's hurry and rescue him. And that's when Shin replies by saying he opened a door in space to a different time, and Whis is even taken back by saying, how surprising is this? As Goku seems to be flabbergasted yet excited and saying, is it a dangerous place? Are there strong people there? And Vegeta's like, I don't care, we will get back Trunks quickly. As Alakazam goes on to translate the pages and having to begin with Shin, as Shin goes on to state, but there's no way I will let you do such a dangerous thing like traveling through time. I'm still dealing with the fact that Trunks' son and Mai came from the future, right, Whis? And that's when Whis replies by saying, oh, it's almost time to wake Beerus-sama. And that's when Kaioshin's like, what? And that's when Whis replies by saying, if Beerus-sama hears about my son and Fu's son being here, he will become furious, and I can't imagine what punishment he will give to everyone here. Please have them go back before I return. Ho ho ho. As of course, Whis gives off a fair warning as the Kaioshin goes on to state, wait, but Goku's not waiting and saying Trunks, and the Kaioshin's panicking and saying, what, as Goku goes on to state, let's go to the Prison Planet, as Whis goes on to state, well then, fine. As Whis goes on to state, the ability of coming and going through time that person told me about. I had heard rumors about those that were planning to reorganize history, but I never thought they were true. As Vegeta goes on to state, hey, let's hurry up and go, as Whis goes on to state, besides, judging by his behavior, there is no doubt that he is planning something. Even so, if time is involved, we, who serve the gods, cannot act carelessly. For the time being, I will let Goku-san and Vegeta-san handle things. Nevertheless, to think those having their sights on time would appear, the Kaioshin-sama that governs time must have her hands full. I am sure of it. Referencing, of course, the Supreme Kai of Time, the Time Breakers, and various others, which is pretty cool knowing the fact that this is canon. As we see Goku and Vegeta go through the portal as they end up in the Prison Planet, as Fu goes on to state, ta-da! Here is the Prison and planets. As Goku goes on to state, wow, you have such an interesting sword. As Fu goes on to state, I know, right? It can open and close space-time doors. As Mai goes on to state, what are those chains in the sky? As Vegeta asks, where's Trunks? And that's when Goku goes on to say, Vegeta, do you feel that? And Vegeta's like, yeah, of course. And Mai doesn't know what's happening. She goes on to state what's happening. And that's when Goku goes on to state, here he is, such an awesome key, but what does this mean? This key, and that's when Xeno Goku appears and saying, I found you, phew! And that's when Goku steps in the way and saying, get out of the way! And that's when we get to see our first engagement between Xeno Goku and, of course, our current Goku, which we will end up seeing in Super Dragon Ball Heroes, the anime, which is pretty cool to see how Xeno Super Saiyan 4 Goku is the first one to engage with our current Son Goku, but Xeno Goku punches Goku so hard that base form Goku actually ends up flying off to the side because both Gokus in this case end up spotting one another and they can't believe what they're looking at due to the fact that, of course, this is their first time actually encountering each other. As Goku goes on to state, what's wrong with him attacking me out of nowhere? Anyway, he's really strong. If I make a mistake, I'm done for. I'm going all out. And that's when Goku takes the charge as Xeno Goku goes on to state blue hair, as then we get to see Super Saiyan Blue Goku fight against Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Goku. And at that point, Fu is there and saying, that's it, fight more. Yes, fight some more. And Vegeta's in the background saying, I can't believe it. What the hell is happening? The ki I feel from this hairy guy. No doubt about it, that's Kakarot's ki. And Goku goes on to state me, and that's when Xeno Goku's like, Vegeta's here as well, so both Goku seem to be confused because Xeno Goku has no idea what the hell is going on, just as Son Goku is. As Goku goes on to state, this is me? Why is there another me? As Xeno Goku goes on to state, I see, they are we from another time. As Fu's there and saying, this is getting good. As our hero Goku goes on to state, oh well, no time for games. As the battle between Xeno Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Goku is so intense that even Vegeta can't seem to believe that Goku's fighting himself. Now again, keep in mind, these are two alternate Gokus from two different points in time. So what makes this so much more engaging is the fact that not only do the other Gokus seem to be confused, but they also seem to be enjoying the fact that they're both fighting each other. As Goku goes on to state, fighting myself makes me excited. As Xeno Goku goes on to state, a blue-haired Super Saiyan, so a me that uses a power that I don't even know about, and that's right before they actually use the Kamehameha against each other. So Xeno Goku has no idea what Super Saiyan God is, as of course the adaptation to Super Saiyan Blue, just like Son Goku doesn't know what the heck Super Saiyan 4 is because he achieved a power that's different in correlation to what Xeno Goku has achieved. So two similar Gokus, just two different means of achieving a transformation. As right then and there, as Fu is watching, Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Xeno Goku both unleash a Kamehameha attack. As Fu watches these two massive energy blasts colliding and saying, good thing that they are natural fighting addicts. You are a really interesting sample, Son Goku. As Vegeta watches and saying, hey you, so you're plotting something, aren't you? He caught on real quick and asking him that, as Vegeta goes on to state how agile. As Fu goes on to state, okay, I'll tell you everything. I will tell you every little thing. This is an experimental site that I built up. And Vegeta's like, an experiment? As Fu goes on to state, yep, I gather people with interesting abilities from several eras and have them fight one another. As Mai goes on to state, so you were the one that kidnapped Trunks, weren't you? What was your purpose in making this an experiment? As Fu goes on to state a purpose, it's just out of curiosity. Looking for meaning in everything is nonsense. I guess it's too complicated for you, so I know. If I had to explain it, I'd say it's because it's fun. Which of course, basically in a nutshell, he's doing this because it's fun. And Vegeta responds by saying, you talk too much, you bastard. Give Trunks the hell back already. As Fu goes on to state, don't be so impatient, Vegeta-san. The experiment will fail if all of the procedures aren't carefully followed. As Vegeta's like I care, I have no intention in playing along with your game. And Fu responds by saying, you sure are harsh, but I like you. And Vegeta's like, what is this? Because Fu hands him a Dragon Ball. And Vegeta's like, what is this, a Dragon Ball? As Fu goes on to state, yep, and I'll give it to you guys. I already gave the other Dragon Balls to strong looking guys too. If you want to go back alive, you're going to have to gather the other ones by force. And that's when Vegeta replies by saying by force. In other words, you're saying we have to gather the Dragon Balls in order to leave this place, right? And Fu goes on to state exactly. The goal of this experiment is a Dragon Ball free-for-all between the strongest. And Vegeta's like, are you serious? As Fu goes on to state, well, I've explained everything, so I'll head back and take my time in watching everything. And that's when Mai's like, wait! And Fu goes on to disappear and saying, oh, by the way, Trunks is still alright. Right now, of course, he should be, well, struggling to get out of here per se. As we pan out to Trunks and seeing him just sitting there in his prison cell, as Trunks goes on to state, I have to break out of here, one way or another, and then out of nowhere, somebody mysterious actually ends up breaking Trunks out as a massive explosion occurs as Trunks looks up, as a very unexpected person appears, as it is Cooler. As Cooler goes on to state, oh, you seem to possess a rather strong key. As Trunks goes on to state, who is this? As Cooler replies by saying, how about you give me that Dragon Ball? As the manga chapter comes to a close. Now, I do also want to go ahead and give my opinion as to what I thought about this and how it's going to connect to the anime. However, if you guys want to see manga chapter number 2 of the Super Dragon Ball Heroes Prison Planet Edition, here is a small sample as to what's to be expected in chapter number 2, which assumingly is going to correlate with episode number 2 of Super Dragon Ball Heroes. And once again, if you guys want to see this exclusive, all you guys have to do is punch that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and of course, slap that like button if you guys are ready for Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Now, it looks like Fu is going to be the one that's going to be behind everyone having to be in prison because he wants to see the strongest fighters actually battle. And with that, it looks like the connection to episode 1 is indefinitely going to be Goku versus Goku, but in terms of seeing Cumber, in terms of seeing Vegito Blue just like we saw in the teaser trailer, it may not be episode 1 to where we get to see this actually go down because there's so much for them to explain that I really do feel like we're going to see Vegito versus Cumber at some given point during this anime, but it's not going to happen during episode 1 because we're going to see the encounter between both of the Gokus for the first time. Now, what I really enjoy is how even Whis had went on to state if Beerus finds out about this, he's going to be very upset. So they're not going to have Beerus more or less involved, but Whis is allowing Goku and Vegeta to handle the situation while they're on the prison planet fighting to gain the Dragon Balls, because in order for them to leave, they're going to have to retrieve the Dragon Balls and escape from there, which means they're going to have to encounter and battle and conquer anybody that comes along their way in order to gather the remaining Dragon Balls for them to escape. Which basically, in a nutshell, episode 1 of the anime is going to have Goku and Vegeta training with Whis as we go into introducing Fu, as Fu carries Goku and Vegeta off to the prison planet where Goku's going to fight Goku and Vegeta's going to gain the other Dragon Ball as they later on come across Cumber, which of course we've seen in the teaser trailer before. So let me know your thoughts down below, guys. If you guys want to watch more of the Dragon Ball Heroes content, you guys can find the official Dragon Ball Heroes playlist down in the description box below. There you guys will find the official manga alongside the upcoming reviews for Super Dragon Ball Heroes alongside many other things. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know your thoughts on Xeno Goku having to fight against Super Saiyan Blue Goku. What are your thoughts on that engagement? What are your thoughts on Cooler having to help Trunks be freed from this prison? And what are your overall thoughts as to what's to come involving Goku, Vegeta, and Cumber in manga chapter number 2? Thank you all so very much for watching, guys. Once again, if you guys are new, punch that subscribe button, leave a like down below, tune back in for more. I'm very excited for this because it's the fact that this isn't going to be a direct continuation from Dragon Ball Super itself, the actual anime and manga, but more or less telling a hypothetical story of what could be if Fu's introduced and many other things that connect with Goku and Vegeta following their Super Saiyan Blue training and meeting an alternative Goku and potentially other characters down the line. So let me know your thoughts down below, everybody. Thank you all once again. Tune back in for more, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Cue that motherfucking outro, bitch.